My wife a Christian. I'm not. One time I paid a bill in the house, and when I put the bill on the table, I said, "Babe, I paid the bill." She started thanking God. I said, no. He got the hours that I worked. He got the receipt or the bill that I paid. Don't you pray in front of me about no motherfucking God when it's me who paid that bill. So that's how I operate. That's leadership. I can't cook a meal, and you can't cook me a meal, and I call my mama and say, "Mama, the food was great. Thank you." You'll be mad as fuck about that. So,
what's going on, y'all? So I had to do this video real quick while I got some time. It's about this video clip that y'all just saw. Because I had a 29, 30-year-old couple, 30-year couple, ask me a question about, because even their daughters, they got 2 daughters that are unmarried. Both of them are in their 30s. And they mentioned, I mean, how hard can it be just to go to church and meet your husband, or a man meet his wife? What happened to those days? And I had to explain to them, what you're looking at is a lot of Christian women who claim to be Christian women who are in church. When they do bring a man or have a man as their guest in their church, or a man sitting with them at church, you see a lot of women dating non-believing men that do not believe in God, men that don't go to church. This is what we see. So when you got a lot of men like myself watching women, I've been watching women do this since I was probably like 18, 19 years old. And some of these guys I knew, like I already knew them. But see, I don't block nobody. I ain't pouring salt on no man's name, but I would see this stuff. So how am I supposed to feel as a man to watch a girl get ran through by men like this, drugged through the mud, and then when she's done and tired in her 30s, oh, hey Mitchell, the good guy, she's waiting for the good guy to come save her in her 30s. And that's what's happening. You're seeing a lot of women. The Bible tells us to be equally yoked, right? So these women are having these babies with these men, and when it says equally yoked, a lot of black women confuse equally yoked with a luxurious lifestyle, or the places, I want them to hang out and do the things that I like to do. That ain't what God's talking about. God's talking about equally yoked, meaning y'all's faith in God is equally aligned in Him, your faith in Him. Not that y'all like to both wear the same type of clothes or anything like that, and still both like to still go to lounges and clubs, because that's when you're trying to put your own twist on what marriage really is, right? So we've watched these women have kids by these men, and this is what you're looking at. This video is pretty easy. It's not, we don't have to go too long into it, because I've had a situation where I told the woman, my last relationship, look, we've been dating, I told her, like, date 1 through 3. Like, I believe in God, and, she claimed to do the same thing. And, when we got to year 2, when we talking about marriage and discussing the future in marriage, she starts to act like she don't, well, I don't want to go to church. I don't have to go to church to believe in God. And these are some of the things that the men say to these women, right? So you got to ask yourself, you don't believe in going to church. Well, when's the last time you had a Bible study with that man that you're dating? So when he tells you that, when's the last time y'all have had a Bible study? Never. You ain't had no Bible study. Y'all don't read scriptures together. Y'all don't listen to sermons together. Y'all don't do none of that. So if I've never seen you open up a Bible, you obviously aren't that close to God, like I am. I've been in situations where I'm getting ready to go to church, and the woman I'm with tries to be sexual as I'm walking out. Like, you see me dressed, getting ready to go to church, now you trying to have sexual contact. This is what being equally yoked is talking about. She's not aligned. She rather lay in the bed, or he rather lay in the bed and wait for you to come back home so they can have your body, or They'll try to distract you from your relationship with God. And a lot of times when we see that, it's got to be done. The relationship needs to be done immediately. It's your fault if you take it past the first step where that you see like, oh, they really don't believe like I believe. And you have to understand you have to put God first. And I brought up myself as an example. I don't want to be bashing women that do this, because they do it. But as soon as you see it, you got to let those people go, because you got to choose God over who you're with, because the relationship needs to be built on God's foundation, a foundation with God, not y'all's friendship or any BS like that we like to come up with now. It's with God as the foundation. Or you're going to end up with situations like what I just showed y'all in these video clips. A lot of these women are selling their soul for lifestyles. They're selling their soul for because they in some type of trauma bond and they don't believe that they can get somebody else. So you got to be careful, because a lot of y'all that claim to be believers or you're Christians, you have to understand that it's people out there that will try to make you decrease your relationship with God to make themselves feel good, to make themselves feel important, and to get more from you. Even if they feel like they gotta try to figure out a way to come between you and God just a little bit. Y'all have a good one.
Same thing. I'm like, Greg, stop taking my picture. So he really was mad. He didn't sleep in the bed with me and he didn't go to church. I was like, come on, it's time to go to church. He's like, I ain't going. So I left. I drove down like 2 blocks. I said, Danielle, this is your husband now. No longer your boyfriend, your baby daddy, whatever you call him. Turn around, go get your husband. I turned around, I went to get my husband. He said, I ain't going. I said, you know what? So church starts at 10, usually over at 12. This one day, it was like 12:45. When I get out, I turn my phone on. He like, yo, what's up? I was in church. Like, what? What do you want? Then I get home. He like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I bought you this sweatsuit, so we both wear sweatsuits. You know you was being, yeah. I understand.